Alright everyone, so here's the walk around. I'm going to try to do a good walk around of the B-52. I know that they make a 172 scale out in Revell and Monogram and stuff, but I'm going to try, hopefully in years to come, hopefully I'll find it. I want to get the HPH 148 scale one. So this is one big aircraft. At least I could say that I finally saw a B-52 in person. Flare dispensers, maybe? I don't know, it's got a lot of, definitely got a lot of antennas, but it's got a lot of holes in it. Maybe APU exhaust? Well, one thing I definitely can say, other than that it looks like what they did here is they got the landing gear door extended, but they also riveted on panels. If you look, they riveted on panels to keep people out of the landing gear base, so you could probably get inside the aircraft through the landing gear base. Looks like got a lot of rust from it just sitting. Okay guys, I know there's really not much in there, but it looks like that one's also the color of the outside. The inside of the aircraft is white. So, and that is a really, I have to say, I mean, if that is the landing gear door, that is a thick landing gear door. And like I said, watch where you're walking. That's not sand. It's around the edges. That's ants coming through the sand. There's a lot of red sand, but there's also a lot of tan, gray sand. Alright, there's the landing gear door. I mean the Bombay doors that we could tell that they're closed, obviously, so we can't really look up into those. Or it might be something right here. I don't know what that is. Oh, never mind. That's just a lot of spider cocoons. I don't know what that is. Like there's a door there. It looks like it was an opening that was in there. I wonder if that takes a look at the inside. I can now tell why they said that they had to take out some taxiway lights at Lackland when the B-52 that was there, that was being worked on by Boeing. I'm very much surprised, and I'm wondering if maybe the one that was being worked on at Boeing, I'm wondering if it was Wise Guy, the one that they took out of the boneyard and refurbished it to get it flying back again, because they had that accident a long time ago that involved the B-52. They had to take it, they had to take the B-52 out of the boneyard to put it in service, so they had exactly the number of B-52s they needed to keep up the arsenal. Alright, so looking at how this is set up, it looks like the interior is like a gray color on the Bombays, everything. I mean, not Bombays. The landing gear bays are a gray color. They're not white. They're not a zinc chromate yellow. They're nothing. It's a gray. They're not even a zinc chromate green. Wheels are silver. Looking at some of the camouflage that's on this one, looks like Nigel definitely got the camouflaging right, but I don't think the gears, I don't know why the gear would be tan. Well, the gear would be white and then the everything would be tan. Oh, looks like some corrosion right there. Alright, so here we go. Here's how big the B-52 is. She's big. I gotta say, guys, if you're ever in Alabama, definitely go to Mobile, Alabama, and definitely go to this museum. There is a lot to view here. I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough battery juice for this whole thing, because I'm still doing videos for the walkarounds of these. So, and this is the B-52, and I'm still walking around it. I don't know if it's me that the people are looking at, or if it's just a B-52. It's probably just a B-52 that they're looking at, because they are staring at me walking around this aircraft right now. A little bit of information. That's pretty neat that the B-52s started planning in 1945. And it wasn't until what? The first flight of the B-52D. What happened to the A and B and C? Was 56. So my dad was 3 years old at the time. When, let's see, my dad was 3 years old at the time the first B-52 did his test flight, and my mother was 6. Pretty crazy, huh? It's actually pretty funny. These little inlets right here, almost, I think that's air to be rushed in, but it almost makes it look like it can hold two internal guns, dogfight, even though it's a bomber. I mean, if you guys ever wanted to do some kind of like weathering of something sitting for a long time, there's some good weathering right there. You know, paint running down the bottom of the aircraft. Just a lot of stuff. And then pretty much when I go back around, you'll see that it's just the same thing. Now it's kind of crazy how this B-52, I didn't look to see which one this one was, but this one has external tanks on the wings. Now the ones that I see constantly flying around, I don't ever see the external tanks attached to them. So I'm wondering if they did away with the external tanks. Did they? Anyone can answer that question, that'd be great. Looks like the little navigation light's missing. A lot of definitely a lot of corrosion. And I'm hoping that it's not doing what I think it's doing right now, is that it might start raining. If it is, I'm going to be not a happy camper, because there is a lot to see out here. Alright, obviously that side is exactly like the other side. There's really nothing new. All the antennas, but then you look up. There's the tail. All right, let's go quick. Find out which B52 this one is. Let's see. They have G models. They have D models. This is probably a D model, probably. I don't know. Let's see which one it is. Usually they'll have it. This is the B52D-55MC. And yes, it's starting to sprinkle. So I'm going to try to end this video right here.